The success of others doesn't mean you're failing, and the failure of others doesn't mean you're succeeding. Most of the times when we try to discuss the ideology or understand what success actually implies, we often get it wrong. And that's because we try to classify success from the standpoint of view of another man's progress rather than looking at success from the viewpoint of an individual. What do I mean here? Most of the times we say we have failed, not necessarily because we actually failed to attain the objectives we had set out, but we say we failed simply because we look at what others are doing and then we try to draw a comparison between ourselves and the activities of others. And that's very wrong, because that's not a definition for success. Note something here. You don't fail because others have succeeded. The success of others doesn't mean you're failing, and the failures of others doesn't mean you are succeeding. The success of others doesn't mean you're failing, and the failure of others doesn't mean you're succeeding. You will succeed when you evaluate yourself and realize that you're succeeding, not when you're comparing with others. So let's look at something here on a glaring point of view, on a glaring example. Two persons set out to do a project, and one person has set out his project according to his objective. He will complete that project in 12 months. Another person set out the same project, but his own objective is to complete that project in 6 months. One is in 12 months, one is in 6 months. Now, the person who set out that project has actually put down all the necessary resources to complete that project in 6 months. The one who has programmed 12 months has programmed the resources to complete the project in 12 months. The question now is, does it mean the person who programmed 12 months has failed simply because some other person did the same thing and succeeded in 6 months? Of course not. Does it mean the person who is doing it in 6 months has succeeded more than the person who did it in 12 months? Of course not. Now, the problem is that there are a lot of elements we omit when we are talking about success. A lot of things we fail to see come by. Now, the first criteria to evaluate your level of success is your objective. Okay, it's your objective, not another man's success. So the first is your objective. Now, when we talk about the first being your objective, is to say, before you were setting out for what you're doing, what was your objective? Was your objective to attain success in 4 months? Was your objective to attain a financial stability in 6 months? Was your objective to attain a popularity in 12 months? What was your objective? Okay, was your objective to be the first in that exam? Was your objective to attain a capital size of $5 million, for example? So what is your objective? That's where we start rating your success, not from the success of others. If my objective for my business was to raise a profit margin of $12 million at the end of a fiscal working year, and I find some other person in the same business line who came up with $24 million in the same fiscal year, that does not mean I have failed. I only fail when I don't match to my objective, not when some other person outruns what I have planned. Okay, so have this in your mind and save yourself some trauma. You don't fail because others are succeeding, neither do you succeed because others are failing. The failures and the success of others does not portray your failure or your success. That's not what it looks like. Have that in mind. So stop doing a form of comparative analysis. Stop drawing your strength from the failures of others or from the success of others. Stop concluding your weakness as a result of the success or the failures of others. All right, the difference here is that the vision you have is not the vision others have. So when you analyze your success from the standpoint of your objective, the next thing is that you analyze your success from the standpoint of your resources. From the standpoint of your resources. Now, the person who set out to do a project within the shortest possible time is because he has the resources available at his disposal to do it. Are you aware that two people can have a dream of owning a house, for example? Okay, this is the year 2026. Now, two persons set out, and their ideology is to have a building in their name by the end of 2026. So somebody in January buys a piece of land. Oh, you don't forget that two persons. Okay, so one person in January buys a piece of land. By March, he puts a foundation. The second person has done nothing. By March, he puts a foundation. Maybe by April, May, he starts erecting the structure. And maybe June, July, they start doing plastering, roofing, trying to put one or two alignments, electrification, plumbing work. And let's say by December, the house is ready. The other person just wakes up around the 22nd of December and buys a house that has already been completed, everything in place. Now, what's the difference between the two? Did both of them succeed? Yes. But you will see that from January, the man who bought a piece of land, the man who actually started laying the foundation, was seeing the other as a failure. Why? Because the other was not doing anything. You were seeing him as a failure because he was doing nothing. So that should let you understand that the visibility of your day-to-day progress does not mean another man is not progressing because his own progress is not visible. Not everybody's progress will be visible. Not everybody's progress will be visible. Some progress is silent. So if your progress is silent, don't feel that as a result of the fact that your progress is silent and the other person's progress is visible will mean that your progress is not appreciated. Of course not. So this man who bought the piece of land actually started building from scratch. He was being celebrated as the talk of the town. Why? Because his progress was visible. But this guy who woke up on the 22nd of December and just bought a house with everything inside, furnished, 2026 will end, both of them will be landlords, they will be owners of buildings. But the difference is the procedure that was taken. One person had enough resources to just wake up one morning and get a building. The other did not have that amount of resources, so he had to start buying bit by bit. But at the end, the objective was attained. So don't carry out a comparative analysis because you don't know the resources the others have. So the second way, like I said, to know you're succeeding or you're attaining your objective is your resources. Okay, so your resources are what determines your level of success. So work according to the resources you have. Because one bought a house does not mean you should kill yourself to buy the house. Start building if that is what your resources permit you to do. Buy the house if that's what your resources permit you to do. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. It's not needed. So don't forget, you are not succeeding because somebody is failing. You are not failing because somebody is succeeding. You only fail when you don't meet up with your objectives. You succeed when you meet up with your objectives. This is the professional mindset.